Responders now. Austin Travis County EMS paramedics who tended to those crash victims last night are back on duty. They say they're stronger because of it. Fox 7's Noel Newton is joining us live from 5th and Congress with more on their story. Noel?
This is what paramedics are calling their casualty collection point. If they'll take a look just behind me, that tent is brand new. That is where paramedics can bring patients who don't immediately need to go to the hospital. More on that in just a moment, but first we're able to speak to some of the paramedics who tended to the victims last night.
When we came over the hill at 10th and Trinity, there was just several bodies laying in the middle of the street, and there were bystanders trying to help them.
I have not been to a scene like that, as big as that.
We got there, and the young lady had faint pulses, had trouble breathing, and then pulses were lost. CPR was initiated. Pulses were back. We supported her airway. Got her airway going. I went home last night, or this morning, and hugged my wife and just decompressed, thought about it, think about how they're doing, praying for the families that lost loved ones in that, and praying for the families to be strong, for the ones that are in the hospital right now fighting for their lives.
It's very sad, but we have to go on because we have to go right back down and work, take care of everybody else.
Got up today and I'm ready to go back out and do it again. I mean, I can't just stay at home and not do anything. I mean, this is my job, and this is what I chose to do. I love what I do. I love helping people. There's good and there's bad, and you just got to go with it.
Paramedics say they are all proud of their response last night. They were able to get to the crash scene within 2 minutes of the 911 call, and a lot of it has to do with this new casualty collection point behind me. They had just set it up last night to have it go on a test run. Paramedics who are staged throughout downtown on ATVs and motorcycles are bringing patients here, and paramedics say they're learning that, you know, most of the injuries they see on people at South by Southwest can be treated here and not in a hospital. Also new, 2 ambulances are parked here ready to go. That makes a big difference because in years past, paramedics would pull ambulances from across the city to take patients to the hospital. They did not have a care facility to attempt treatment in downtown. Now, last night, patients were here, and since this was in place, both ambulances were free to go to the crash site, as well as all of the ATVs and motorcycles. In addition to that, paramedics credit their extensive mass casualty training, including an exercise they did earlier this week.
So 2 days prior to this event, we sat in my office and we tabletop different scenarios. One of the tabletop scenarios we did was an auto into a pedestrian crowd. And we talked about if that scenario happened based on where it happened, you know, how would we respond to that? And so because of that planning and that discussion, we already had an idea of what resources we were going to do, what our primary responsibilities and roles, and how they were going to be dictated with the personnel that we knew were assigned to this event. So that was extremely critical to our response last night.
Paramedics say most of the injuries that they treat are all due to overindulgence, and unfortunately that's what officers say happened last night. Back to you.